think about time, it's so fascinating because like I look back, the projects that we covered a lot and we were super fascinated by and like, wow, this is a total game changer, format pusher. Like this thing's going to be good for years. Like, and then a month later, no one's talking about it. I think a great example is the Tom Sachs rocket factory. Like I thought that was one of the coolest ideas or concepts right off the bat that, you know, they kind of were one of the first to have this idea of collect multiple NFTs so that you can, essentially generate a new NFT. And you saw
Right,
then
right,
Bored
right,
Ape do it with like the mutant serum and all
right,
that
right.
stuff. And like, I look at Tom Sachs and I'm like, dang, he still does his rocket launches. People still collect them a little bit, but it doesn't have that same like 10,000 ETH volume in a week excitement that it once had. And so I think that like sustaining momentum over time is so tough right
Yeah,
now.
it's gonna be key to if you wanna sustain momentum right now, it's key that you have a crypto native buyer, right? Because, in the Tom Sachs case, maybe you have a bunch of new wallets that are just getting Ethereum for the first time, and they blow a lot of their Ethereum getting into the Tom Sachs project, or they aped into something else, right? And so when you don't have any more Ethereum, it's not easy to just go buy some more magical internet money and put that in there and just keep spending it, right? People want to either make money or they want to like learn from it. And so, like, when you have a crypto native buyer that is used to doing this, I think that they're okay trading crypto for digital objects and experiences. And like, I look at like the Meta Crew, which is a derivative of the Meta Key, right? So the Meta Key, which was an early NFT project we covered on NFTQT.com. Not too that was actually that was a year that was almost a year ago. Yeah,
I mean, we included them in the book when we wrote the book,
yeah, yeah.
and we
So
started writing the book about a year ago.
yeah, so it's like, we yeah, so that's crazy, right? It's like they've evolved their community into something that looks entirely different than what they initially promised, but not different in a bad way. It's different in a good way. But that's because they have a crypto native community, right? So they're having fun with like they were making partnerships with NASA and doing, customized gear and drops for Decentraland way before Nike was going in and buying these companies,
Mhm.
way before you had like even like notable celebrities talking about NFTs. And so I think
Mhm.
that like because they were talking about bringing celebrities and like that was the first group that I think showed me the potential of the celebrity in the NFT. Like it was the Meta Key. It wasn't any other project because they were on that literally on day one.
Hmm. That's an interesting take.
Yeah, because I mean, their whole premise was like, "Yo, we're gonna do exclusive events for our members with with exclusive people. We're gonna they have the Meta Academy, remember, where you go get
Mhm.
access to it, and we're gonna have the community teaching that community. The premise of that stuff is good. What Tom Sachs did with the Rockets, it's good. I think these projects have what the DNA of they have what we will initially look back and say, is this the DNA of a blue chip project? There, yes, the community is going to be a big factor, but then when you come back and you look at it through your rose colored glasses, what's going to be really fascinating is the compare and contrast between that project of then and now. Like who's learning from Tom Sachs and implementing it? Because if
Mhm.
you're a first mover, what we've learned in the NFT space is you're going to have 1,600 copies of whatever you do, right? Like, so there's going to be 1,600 knockoffs just about of whatever you put out there first. And so,
1,600 on each chain, so
oh,
multiply it by like 5 because every chain will have
no, legit. And like if your game is to play whack-a-mole, you're dead, right? Your game is to innovate. So if you're the first mover, you have to continuously innovate and you got to rock with your community and make your community the best and baddest community for whatever you introduced.